What's up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we do always start this show by being transparent. See if I can fix that alert I got right there. Yesterday, I went 1-2. It's not letting me fix it, so just gonna have to leave that off. I went 1-2. I did a little bit too much. I like the Clippers. I wanted to think about it a little bit longer. As soon as I ended the show, like I said, James Harden gets pulled up on the injury report. I think about it some more. I still end up taking him at +3. So that was the one winner. I bet the over in the OKC game, and they looked terrible on their side. I thought Charlotte would be able to put up some points. I didn't think OKC would look that bad. And let's see, what was the other game? I had Houston. I bet Houston in that one, and it did not get there. So do a little bit better here today, Vino. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Yesterday wasn't great. The Knicks, obviously, Detroit wire to wire, so the Knicks was a dead wrong call. Um, and the college football FCS playoffs had Montana State, which looked like a celebration dance at halftime and turned into a loss by the end of the game. Did not cover the number. Great game, overtime 1 point win, but didn't cover the number. So 0-2 yesterday. Have to get back up on track here tonight.
All right, we're good. My bad. You ready to go? You can hear me still?
I can. The production crew's just trying to get some stuff straight here.
Yeah, it's not cooperating here. But let's get these games for today. All right, we got Cleveland and Indiana. Opened up -8.5 for Cleveland. Looks like it's 6. Total open 236 and it's down to 235.5. Actually, no, it's all over the place. We'll call it still 236. We have Donovan Mitchell, Larry Nance, Max Struess all out. Tyson, Wade, questionable. Allen, probable. For this Pacers team, Jackson, Matherin, and Obi Toppin look like they're all out. Vino, I took the Pacers the other day versus the Magic, and I thought that they're getting healthier. They start to be a little bit more competitive. Ben Matherin back out. Um, I don't know. Just Pacers team can't catch a break. I guess it's tough. You know how I feel about Cleveland. I don't trust them, especially without Donovan Mitchell. So this is one where I have a hard time picking. Did you like anything in Cleveland and Indiana?
Yeah, this one's tough because you have to lay points with the road favorite. The one thing in their favor, the one thing I looked at this morning is when these teams get beat, especially as favorites in a playoff series, there's a looming revenge factor. And Cleveland's taken it to Indiana twice already this season. As inconsistent as Cleveland has been, the one thing they've been consistent about is taking out some revenge on the Pacers. So that pointed me in the Cleveland direction. At first, I did notice Cleveland this morning when going over some numbers. The defensive side of the basketball or defensive side of the court has picked up a little bit for the Cavs last 5 games, not giving up as many points, not near as many points. And the Pacers, like you say, just seem to be this group that looks at different faces in the starting, different rotations, different lineups every single night. Hard to get behind Indiana at this point in time. So 12 straight losses for the Pacers. I know it's straight up and not against the spread. Against the spread has been a little bit better. I think that's 3-9 or 4-8, excuse me. But I don't know. I'd have a hard time playing Indiana. If I had to, I'd probably look Cleveland's way, just noting the fact that they've kind of been in revenge mode against this team. They're not happy with what happened last year. And if there's ever a team they get up for this season, it seems to be the Pacers.
All right. Next game I like a lot better. Magic and Wizards. Opened up -9 for the Magic. Looks like 7.5. Total open 234. Hanging around 234.5. Jalen Suggs has been listed out. Franz Wagner, Mo Wagner both out. Keyshawn George, Kispert, and Whitmore are out for this Wizards team. Um, I like the Wizards, probably, +7.5. I think that, well, I'll start with the Orlando side. Orlando just hasn't been good laying points on the road. I think they're what 4-7 so far this season. They haven't covered their last three as road favorites, minus the Franz and Suggs. It's just I don't know. It's starting to become a little too much for me as far as laying points with this team. Um, they've also had a really tough schedule. Like when I look at it, you can go all the way back to Christmas. Let me see here. So, or actually, I mean, yeah, let's go back to since Christmas. They played a back to back, both at home. Then you had to go from Florida all the way to uh, Canada, then to Indiana, then Chicago, now back or then back down to Florida, now to Washington. The Wizards, they've been playing a lot of games at home. They haven't had to do a whole lot of traveling at all. I think six of their last nine, six of their last eight, something like that. Or I'll say this, I'll count them up right here. Six of their last seven. I'm sorry. Uh, five of their last six have all been at home. So they've had a pretty favorable schedule and they've been playing better. When I look at the Magic, I mean, they are on the front end of a back to back. They're 1-5 so far this season in that role. Um, the Wizards, they've covered, I believe, six of their last nine games. They're playing a little bit better basketball right here. They're the better defensive rated team. You're not going to hear that very often for the Wizards, but last five games, even last 10 games, they're the better defensive rated team. But last five games, number 8, they are a top 10 defensive rated team, and Magic are a bottom 10. How am I going to lay on the road expecting them to win by multiple possessions if they can't get stops? And if I can't trust them to put the ball in the basket, I won't. I'll grab the points with the Wizards. That's what I'll do, Rob Veno. What do you think here?
Yeah, quote Desmond Bain, right? Desmond Bain off of their last game. We played much better offensively, but we've still got to figure out how to string together some stops on the defensive end. We got a few when it mattered, but we're better than that on that end for sure. And it's been an ongoing theme with Orlando all season long, right? They just haven't been good on the defensive end, at least not consistently good. It led me to over in this game. I know that you just rattled off the Washington defense, the fact that they've been better over the course of their last half dozen, whatever. But I think Orlando can only play one way at this point, and it's somewhat high scoring. I was a little surprised that the total for a Washington game, we're now down in that 234 and a half area. That's probably because of the recent defensive performance by the Wizards, but I still think this game's going to get over, Skee. I would think that both of these sides, I want to include both, like Washington here. CJ McCollum had a lot of accolades for the young guys. Just reading here, it was Keyshawn George, who's been out for now 4 games, be out again tonight. And Alex Sarr, those two he mentioned specifically as guys that are going to be potential all-stars a couple years from now. I think this game's high scoring. I really do. I think Orlando can get whatever they want. And I think Washington, while Orlando's trying to figure things out, self-admittedly trying to figure things out, is a good enough offensive team to go ahead and get over the total. I think if they cover this number, it probably will be because they scored enough here to get this thing over the total.
All right, let's keep it going down the list here, Rob. We have the Spurs and the Grizzlies opened up -5 for San Antonio. Looks like 6.5. Total went up from 236. I'm looking at as high as 240.5. As far as injuries, Wemby is questionable. Vassell is out. For the Grizzlies, Morant, Williams, both questionable. Clark, Coward, Edie, Jerome, Conchar, Pippen, all out for this Grizzlies team. Yeah, this is one I don't have the strongest opinion on. I think if Wemby did not play, it'll make me like the over a little bit more. But right now, I just have too many question marks here, Rob. So I'll ask you: you have an opinion on Spurs and Grizzlies?
I'm just anti-Memphis at this point in time, Skee. I think that even without Wembanyama, San Antonio has enough firepower, has enough scoring ability to, get to the 120 plus mark against a Memphis defense that really hasn't been any good. We'll see if Ja goes or not. They haven't really found a formula yet, Memphis, and I don't know that they're actually searching for one at this point in time. That team game to game. Variance is pretty significant with them. I don't like the way they play defense. I would think that San Antonio, and maybe even a look at the San Antonio team total. I'm going to look it up while I keep talking here real fast. Team total currently sits at 123.5. Wouldn't surprise me. All that said, yeah, until I knew about Ja, I would probably leave Memphis out. So I think the best I could say here is probably a San Antonio team total over 123.5. Very capable. The pace of the game is going to be extremely fast. Money's gone to the over here. Full game, 236 to 240.5 in some spots. A little bit of action on San Antonio. I could understand it. Not something I played Skee, but something I might look at. San Antonio team total over.
All right, Heat and Wolves. It opened -6 down to 5 or even 4.5 out there. Even a 4 keeps going down with the news of Anthony Edwards downgraded to questionable. They will be without Terrence Shannon Jr. as well. For the Heat side, Jaime Jaquez is out. Other than that, looks like they'll be okay. Um, these teams did play the other day. Timberwolves won by 10. You know, two different thoughts. I know they just won the other day, but I still don't think the Timberwolves have been playing good enough basketball to be expected, to win and cover point spreads. Um, but we see time and time again, star player gets rolled out, and you know what happens, Rob. I mean, we just saw it last night. So I'm not running to the window to go take those Miami Heat like everybody else. Uh, Minnesota is 4-3 ATS without Anthony Edwards this season. Rob Veno, do you think they can do it here tonight?
Yeah, and the counter to that is Miami's playing good again, 5-1 against the spread. Their last six. The one loss was Minnesota. Do we count that as a game that they want to atone for here? Maybe Miami's got more motivation than Minnesota does. I think that you put it best with Minnesota. It's so hard to play Minnesota as a favorite anymore. They're not very good defensively. We say that a lot about a lot of teams. They're one of them. Just not good defensively. And the one thing, the constant we know is Miami's going to push the pace. Miami's going to score. Could see an over here. I want to get back to what you said real quick here. And it's the NBA to me last night when I stopped to think about it. We've kind of alluded to it over the past few years, how difficult it is with the injury report being the way it is. But this might be the craziest league I've ever handicapped. I mean, this is a league where you could march out there with 0 starters and win a game as a 15-point underdog. It's just crazy. That goes to what you said about not being willing to just run to the window with Miami because of a potential Anthony Edwards injury. I mean, these things backfire all the time. I prefer to look at the total here. Don't like a lot about the Minnesota defense. So it would probably be something in a Miami team total or maybe full game total here for me.
Fair. Very fair. All right. Lakers and Pelicans went from actually, no, still sitting at 5.5. Total move slightly from 242. I'm looking at some 244s out there actually now. For the Lakers, Gabe Vincent is doubtful. No Rui, Reeves, or Thiero. For the Pelicans, Herb Jones is questionable. No Sadiq Bey. No DeJounte Murray. Um, the Pelicans, I feel like they were playing really good until Zion came back and started trying to play more ISO ball. Like when they were sharing the ball more, I feel like that's when they were playing better and covering point spreads. With that said, I still want to lean towards the Pelicans. Um, the Lakers, I just don't really trust them defensively. That's what it boils down to for me. So on the road here, you know, it's not as easy to just outscore everybody when you're without Rui, Reeves, and you're gonna need some defense, and they're not playing it, or not enough for my liking. So I'll lean Pelicans here or over. Any thoughts from you, Vino?
Yeah, I mean, Pelican side, 7 straight losses, 6 of them by 7 or more. So it hasn't been good ever since they put together that hot stretch that we were able to ride a little bit. while they were playing well. So for New Orleans, it just hasn't been good. 6 of their last 7 games, that grouping, 6 of those, their team total went under. So they've lost some of their offensive punch. It's only one game in that group of 7 where they scored more than 118. And New Orleans had been scoring real well before that. So I think you probably hit on something here. With Zion's return has come the downfall of this team as far as point spread covers, as far as offensive success goes. Lakers, it's not much, right? 2 games against Memphis since JJ Redick supposedly blew his stack about how team needs to be better. 2 wins over Memphis. I don't know that it proves a lot, but certainly the schedule with New Orleans here tonight softens up a little bit for them, and maybe they can get another one of those victories under their belt. The wins against Memphis weren't decisive. Lay 5.5, win by 6, win by 7, not decisive at all. Hard to pick a side, Skee. I would think Lakers team total is in play here, though. Certainly they can still do one thing, and that's score. No Reeves, no Rui. Might bring it down a little bit, but I don't know that it brings it down enough. New Orleans just not playing good at this point in time.
Shout out to Adam Trigger. He's in the chat. Says just got put over for my windows being too tinted. Guy let me go. Says first W of the day. And that's a good W right there. Save you some money for sure. It's better than. I mean, yeah, I'll take that any day, man. That's definitely a big dub.
He's trying to speed his way to the Duke Louisville game tonight. Is where he's trying to get to, and cops pull him over, I guess.
Yeah, that should be a good one. I lean. I don't know if Louisville still were they plus 1.5.
They were.
Yeah, I think that they can. I think that's the side I would pick, but go listen to Rob and Trig talk about it. They've done more research and know those teams a little better than me. I'm gonna have to study them for another hour or two after I finish the shows. All right. Mavs and Kings opened up minus 4.5 for the Mavs. Looks like 4.5 or 5. Total open 230, and it's up to 232.5. PJ Washington is doubtful. Kyrie is out. Keegan Murray is out. Sabonis is out. I can understand the move up in total. I mean, we do have Levine back in the lineup for the Kings. That's definitely going to help their scoring. I feel like when Murray, they play a little bit more defense. Without him, they don't play any defense at all. I can understand the over. As far as the side, as much as I don't like the Kings, I can't lay with this. I can't lay with the Mavs either, especially on a road. I think they've covered one game as a road favorite so far this year. It's just not the team you want to be expecting to win by margin. So, slightest of leans to the Kings or the over. Anything from you here, Vino?
Yeah, I think I would probably lean over in this one, Skee. It hasn't been pretty for Sacramento offensively as of late, though. And last 5 games here, 101, 90, 106, 102, 98. Levine back probably puts more buckets on their side of the scoreboard for sure. Dallas team total 14-3 to the over last 17 games, scoring an awful lot. If Sacramento gets the additional production out of Levine tonight, I would think over is the right play here as well. I'm with you. You don't want to take a bad team and lay points, even though Sacramento, the host, is probably a worse team. Don't want to do it with Dallas on the road, but I would think over makes a lot of sense here. Dallas in good form as far as scoring goes. Sacramento should get extra scoring help tonight. So maybe over 232.5 is a good look here.
Man, this comment, Trashamento. Yeah, man. It just makes me think. I have a sister, Rob, who lives in Sacramento. She keeps telling me, come visit. Let's go to a Kings game. I'm like, you want to go to a Kings game? That's supposed to be the excitement,
the Lakers.
Huh? Something, because that's not the way to get me over there.
Yeah. It's bad.
Right.
It's bad.
Yeah. It makes me think about that one fan who had season tickets who was so fed up. He was He was what was he telling Levine like this shit is terrible. Like y'all not even trying. Levine's like, well, go home then. He don't even care.
Yeah. And that's it. To the point I was trying to make earlier, it's hard for guys like us that are involved in this every single day when we come on day after day, Ski, trying to figure out who cares. That's
Yeah.
pretty bad in a professional league of guys being paid. Who really cares tonight? It's hard to navigate. I got to tell you.
Well, that is the NBA card for today, Rob Vino. So I will put this up there because I know it is $5 Tuesday. You can go to Rob's page or my page, and we'll have a best bet up and available for $5. Outside of that, Vino, they did have a new promo. I don't have the graphic for it, but I know it was. You can get 7-day all access pass for the price of three. So they have that going right now. I think that's the best one that they have. So if you like to be involved, you can check it out both of our profiles. Outside of that, Vino, I'm going to pass it to you. If there's anything else you like,
Oh, you muted yourself.
and my mic, I don't know what happened to my mic, but yeah, if you have a best bet, we'd love to hear it.
Um, Boy, Ski, I don't. I really can't leave a best bet today because I don't have one in the NBA, and I don't even talking it through with you. Generally, I could be convinced of something. I don't know that there's anything there at this point in time, 2:12 Eastern time, that I haven't gone to the window yet with anything, and I don't know that I will within the next 60 minutes or so. So I'll leave that open. Can't leave a best bet here. I will say real quick on a promotional note, NFL playoffs coming this week. Lucky enough to have finished number one in NFL playoffs over at Wager Talk 2 years in a row, 2023, 2024. There is a promo package up and available. However, I don't think you'll find it on my page, believe it or not. I'm the guy that's number one 2 years in a row, and the package is on somebody else's page. So I think you have to go visit Jesse Shule in order to find this football package for my playoff action. But again, if you want to get involved with NFL playoffs this weekend, I'll definitely have a play. I think I'm going to have a play on every game, to tell you the truth, and one could be a 5% or so. NFL playoff action. As for NBA tonight, I just can't do it. You know what? I'll tell you this. My $5 play is up, and I'll halfway give it away. In college hoop, Skee will always tell you, if you know, you know. For those that are frequenters of the show, you could probably avoid $5. Those who don't, go get it for $5 over at wagertalk.com.
Yeah, you know what time it is today. It's definitely definitely in my pocket. All right, best bet for me, I will stay in association and I will go with those Washington Wizards. For all the reasons I said earlier in the show. Also, the Magic on the road without Franz, they've covered one game so far this season. He's just very important to what they do, and they do not deserve to be laying points. So, combination of that, the Wizards playing a little bit better lately. I think they can keep it competitive. So, Wizards plus 7.5 is the best you can get right now. That will be my best bet for the show. Vino, always appreciate you taking the time to break these games down with me. Um, I know you'll get there with something by the end of the day. Just got a lot to get through and a lot of college action out there. It's probably
There
better
is.
college games today than NBA, honestly. Um, but yeah, appreciate you. Everybody in the chat, we appreciate you as well. If you enjoyed the show, hit the like button for us. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. I'm pretty sure there's NBA games, and we'll catch you all then. Best of luck on all your action tonight.